Hey guys, we're talking about the home buying process today, and that starts
right now.
Guys, if you want to know more about this fabulous city, the Las Vegas real estate market, and sports and entertainment, then don't forget to
subscribe and don't forget to click that little bell so you don't miss anything. We're going to talk to you today about the buying process.
Yes, because for most people, the home buying process is very stressful. You feel like when you're making that offer, you're pretty much all in.
Yeah.
But we want to kind of explain to you and walk you through all the buyer protections that you actually have. Now we're talking about Las Vegas here in the state of Nevada,
right,
because every state is different. So this applies for
Las
Vegas and surrounding areas, just
Nevada.
basically the state of Nevada. So first of all, once you find your home, you would write an offer. And from that point, you have to come to an agreement with the buyer and the seller, but you are not all in at that point.
No, you're not obligated to anything at that point.
Right. And when you're just writing an offer, some people are very stressed out about, well, gosh, I'm writing the offer. It's a piece of paper.
Yeah, no.
It is a piece of paper. You can literally withdraw it at any time.
Right.
But once you do have an executed contract, so that means the buyer and the seller, they have come to terms, and now that is considered an executed contract.
Right.
So at that point, that's when your acceptance is. That is time of acceptance.
Yeah.
So now the next process is to open escrow. So now you're going to open escrow. You're going to need to wire in some funds, whatever you've agreed upon in that contract.
Right.
And then you're going to have your 10-day due diligence period. So that is a huge buyer protection.
Right, and that incorporates your inspections, any repairs that need to be done prior, what the buyer and the seller agreed to fix, if anything.
Yes.
So you have those 10 days before moving forward.
Yes, and for any reason you can cancel that contract.
Right. Yeah,
so
and get your money back.
Yeah, and that is your time to actually do your due diligence and make sure that that house is for you, whether it's driving neighborhoods or checking insurance companies or your inspections or anything that you deem necessary.
Right.
So you can cancel in that 10 days anytime you want.
Right.
So you're doing your inspections, and you're also figuring out if there's any, like Judy said, any repairs that need to be done at that time.
Yeah.
If there is, then you would actually send over a form to the seller to request repairs. And you go through a bit of a negotiating process during that time.
Right.
So seller can agree to all the repairs that you ask for, some of them, maybe give you a credit, but there's a little bit of a negotiation process.
Right.
So that's number one, buyer protection, is your 10-day due diligence. Number two would have to be
your appraisal.
Well, the appraisal, yes, because the appraisal is ordered. The home has to appraise.
Yeah.
The lender is not going to lend if the home does not appraise. You're going to have to come to terms with the seller if it does not appraise, if it doesn't meet the value. Higher is good because then you just get built-in equity.
Yeah, instantly. Yeah.
Right. But lower is where the negotiation starts because the seller is either going to have to lower the price.
Right.
Or you're going to have to bring in the difference, or you can meet in the middle, or maybe
withdraw.
You don't come to terms. And at that point, you could actually cancel and get your earnest money back. So another buyer protection there.
Yeah. And can I just emphasize that that's why it's so important to have a realtor, because with all of that going on, and you don't know what your protection is, your realtor should guide you through that process to make sure.
Huge. It's huge.
So it is huge to have someone you can trust.
Yeah, it really is, because there's so many things to know, so many different angles and different things that you could certainly miss without someone kind of walking you through the process. So for sure. So the third thing that's a buyer protection is your if there's a homeowners association, you have the right to review those rules and regulations. And from time you get those, you have 5 days to review those for any reason. Yeah. If you don't like what you read in there,
you don't want to abide to any of those rules,
then you can cancel and get your earnest money back.
Yeah.
So that is the third buyer protection. One of the things that we usually do when we're writing our offers is we usually make it the loan contingent almost all the way through close of escrow. So it gives the buyer the best protection. So now it also makes the loan contingent as well.
Right.
So if any weird things were to happen, a fluke, a monkey wrench gets in there, then the loan is actually contingent. You could cancel and get your earnest money back because you didn't qualify.
Yeah, so all kinds of protections for you as a buyer.
Absolutely. So that's kind of the process as you go through that are all those buyer protections. So when you're writing an offer, you do not have to freak out or feel like you're all in. You're literally like putting one foot in, and then you're getting a little bit closer, and then you're almost with that second foot, and then you put the second foot in. So it's a process as you go through that. So I think that's really important for buyers to understand, because so many times they're just stressed out just by putting pen and paper and actually writing that offer. So when you are all in, we need to definitely address that. When you're actually all in, that is when you've gone past your due diligence, you've gone past the appraisal, you've gone past reading those HOA documents. Now you are all in, and that's when you could have the that your earnest money deposit could be in jeopardy, or would be in jeopardy, because you are now past all those periods of buyer protections. So you could cancel, you could get to the very end, and you could decide you just did not want to buy a home.
But just be aware, you may lose your deposit.
Yes. Yes, there's a good chance you would lose it, because now you are past all your buyer protections.
Right.
But there's so many different things and steps you're going through during the process that you could back out.
Right.
So I would think by then you would know that
you should know.
Yes, you should know if you wanted to back out or not. And then you would obviously do a walkthrough before you're going to close on the property. We'd go back to the property, look at it again to make sure.
Yeah, everything is where it was when we left it the first time.
Yes, absolutely. And then we would go to the signing table. After we would do the walkthrough,
That's
we'd go.
exciting.
Yeah, that is the best part.
That is the best part.
Signing. Well, no, actually, I take that back. It's not the best part. The best part is when you get your keys.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So there's still a little bit that needs to happen, because we're a little different. Some people, you just get your keys right at signing table. Here in the state of Nevada, you actually sign. The paperwork goes back to the lender. They do a couple of the conditions, a couple of things the title does. And then once that is all done, then they're going to send it off to record. That's actually when you own the property, and that's when you would get your keys.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's pretty much the whole buying process,
In
kind of
10 steps.
in 10 steps.
Yeah.
In a little nutshell. So basically, we just wanted to cover this for you so that you would understand that there's a lot of buyer protections. There's no reason to freak out when you're writing an offer. I mean, I've had people write a couple of offers at the same time. Not that that's the greatest thing to do, but
but you can.
Yeah, you can, because you could literally withdraw an offer and maybe make a different choice with another offer that you'd written. But really, there's a lot of things that protect you going along the process.
It's important that you know all those steps.
So we hope that helps you. If you have any questions, please either comment below or reach out to us. We're always here for you, happy to help. Guys, we'd love to help you with all your real estate needs. So below in the description, there's a little form for you to fill out. Just tell us how we can help you.
Right. And if you're moving to Vegas or want more information, we have a great relocation guide right in the description.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next time.
Bye.